again, I'm Julie from Shenandoah Shabby. This is the next part of my video series of how I paint a dresser from beginning to end. So far I have gone over how I clean and prep a piece, how I put shellac on the piece to prevent the tannins from bleeding through, and I've shown you how I did the first coat of the top here. This piece is going to be Annie Sloan Graphite on top and Annie Sloan Pure White on the bottom. So I've done the first coat of graphite, and now I just need to get the second coat on. So I have my paint in my cup from before. I've added a little bit more paint, and this time I want the paint to be a little bit runnier. Again, I don't measure this out. I like using a spray bottle. When I first started, I was using little teaspoons and trying to figure out how much water to paint ratio, which was just too much thinking. So now the best thing is having a spray bottle of water around. You can spray the water in until it is fairly runny. And as you're going along, especially if you're painting a whole piece, it'll start to feel thicker again, and you can go ahead and spray in a little bit more water. Sorry for those of you who want to know exact ratios. I really don't know. But again, it's a pretty runny texture there. There we go. All right, so second coat. I don't do anything between the first and the second. Second coat, I just go ahead and get on. If you feel like the paint is dragging too much, it might be a little bit too thick, and you can add some more water. And just go for it. Some people ask, do I paint the backs of my pieces? I do not. I mean, unless it's a desk or something that would be, or an end table that would be in the middle of the room. I generally paint where the finish was previously. I oftentimes like seeing what's on the back. Sometimes it has maker's marks, or it has information about the piece back there, which I think is neat. Nobody is going to see the back, and it takes up a lot of paint. Some people finish the backs of their pieces, and that's totally cool. I'm okay with that too. I just do not. I generally work on a big surface like this, back to front. I think it just kind of looks nicer in the end. And I kind of try to work quickly with these big surfaces, because you're going to have these areas that are overlapping, and as it's drying, I don't want it to be dragging on paint that is starting to dry already. If you are using Annie Sloan paint for the first time, don't worry about what it looks like after the first coat. It generally does not look amazing after the first coat, but another coat and it looks great. So I'm going to come around this side now so that I don't drip paint over parts that I've already done. That's frustrating. There we go. A little bristle or something there. I will probably, I might do 3 coats of graphite. I'll see what it looks like after this dries. It might only need 2 coats. But if I'm still seeing that sort of red mahogany coming through in too many places, I'll do another coat. Now this part for me, once I am able to start painting the piece, this is the most exciting part for me. It takes a whole lot of time and effort to get to this point. I know in my first video I was talking to you about how I prepped the piece, but you did not watch me do it yesterday and last night as I was cleaning out the inside of all of this in each drawer, and it can take a long time to clean, to do repairs. So I'm so excited when I finally get to get paint on a piece. Because then I know I'm pretty close to the final. What sort of seems like the first step of painting something is actually many steps in for finishing the piece. Some pieces are cleaner and are maybe newer and have less issues to deal with first. So it can be a lot easier to get to the painting stage. But I tend to pick a lot of the pieces that are, they have some great character, but are a little bit older. Need to be cleaned really, really well. Almost done here. So I will let you know if I end up doing a third coat on this or not, but I probably won't show you because it is the exact same process here. But I will bring you back when I start to wax the piece and distress it, wax the top and distress the top. This gray it's a dark gray, but it looks a little bit light when I'm putting it on. But once I put the wax on it, it becomes a lot richer, a lot more rich and darker. Almost done here. Okay. And that's it for the second coat of graphite. Again, hopefully that is helpful to you. Like I said, I will bring you back when I put clear wax on the top. Thanks again. I'm Julie from Shenandoah Shabby.